Okay, so this is the exercise, and so we use the index function as Nirmal's gave us this function, and you were saying, Neha, that you have used vlookup. So tell me exactly the formula what you have used here. Okay, vlookup. K7. Okay. I will freeze the table, but just give me a second. Okay. So let me freeze the table. So one is the index and the another is vlookup. Both of you understands each other functions, or do you want me to give you any? Okay. All right. Ah, right. So that was the point I wanted to hear from you actually. Now see, actually, Nimal, it doesn't matter where your data is flowing. What matters is that in the primary table, how the data flows. Okay. For you, the roll number is here, which is obviously to the right side of your lookup. But the rule says when you select the primary table, there you need to go left to right, and obviously you wanted to find the roll number, and in the main table the roll number is always on the right side. It's on the right side of the lookup, so that's why we should not have any problem in using the vlookup. Yeah, for your table the value could be anywhere, but for the main table the direction has to be from the left to right, and that's why she was able to use vlookup. Okay, initially, in fact, when she said vlookup, I was also surprised that why she has used and how. I mean, she is, because I know she is good in Excel. I was surprised to see this, because while preparing this exercise, even I forgot that the kind of direction I'm giving, it's for my table. So I thought index is the only option, but the moment she said vlookup, I immediately started thinking that, because I know, I mean, she can't be this much wrong, because this is a very simple question. So anyways, that's fine. So we have two things. Very nice. Now there we go. What you need to do is prepare this table immediately. Okay, and let's see now who get this done. This is what I need from you. This is my table. Okay, so if I have 2 Ajay here, I should have 2 scores, like this 44 and then this 55. If I have one Nimal here, then the value should be 55 for this Nimal, and for this Nimal the value should be 22. And for the Neha, we have 2 Neha, one this, second this. We have only one Neha, so no problem. I can manage with the error. Not a problem. And same for the Aman. We have one Aman here, 2 Aman, so but we need just one Aman, so 33 would be fine for me, or maybe you can add one more, not a problem. How will you use this? What will you do? I'm giving you 5 minutes again. So 11:26, so 11:31 we'll talk. Yeah, Neha. You're done? Tell me if you're done. What is the formula? What did you do? Nimal, let's look at this. Aman and Nimal, just whatever you have done, that's fine. Okay. So, Neha, yes, tell me, what is the output? You there?
Sorry, I was. So, first I need to take these names because they are repeating, so I won't take.
Okay.
I use counting formula.
Where you used it?
In column C.
Here. Okay. Uh-huh.
First A. In formula.
Okay. Okay.
Is equal to H. What is that?
H15. Okay. Uh-huh. Then count if. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's there. I have written it. Now what? Okay.
comma A41, comma A14,
Mm-hmm.
close bracket. I mean, I want to say that it's not matching, and I want a blank. So, comma, sorry, I
Okay.
want a blank. So, close.
Okay. Now.
We are trying to function, and then I think we have to log the table.
Okay. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So now, want me to drag the formula? Yeah, it's not. Are you able to do it on your this Excel?
I was saying, what's
No, is it working on your Excel? Then read. Mm-hmm. How is it working in your this Excel? Nirmal?
okay? Give me 5 minutes.
No problem. And yes, Google is not allowed, guys. Please don't do this. Go on the Google and try to find it, and then no. Okay.
No, actually, I was roughly lost, but
Hmm.
then I was trying to first see whether to use the advanced filter. I was thinking because there are repeating names, and then from there I was trying to see whether I can.
Advanced filter. I have not given you task to remove the duplicate ones and put the unique values somewhere. I was telling you that we need the value for every Ajay. If you are going to remove the Ajay, Aman and Nirmal which are repeating, then how will you achieve that? Advanced, it's a advanced is it's a technique, it's a feature, it's not a formula. Remember this, advanced filter, it's a more of a feature which you use to work on the data filtration part, but it's not a formula. So Neha, I'll tell you what exactly you're doing. You might have watched my video, or I don't know, from there I think you're getting the idea, and that's why you're able to work on your system, but you were not able to see what was happening, what's wrong with this code. Approach is correct, but it's not exactly. Mhm.
Like when we were doing VLOOKUP that time, I watched it. I remember it's
Yeah.
like correctly connected.
Yeah, I know, I
What why when
so basically now see Neha, it's that you're able to think, you're able to imagine, but you're not as of now that sharp, and I'm not even expecting you, because this is the first day on the assignment, that you could actually, if somebody asks you that you have used this fine, but I also have used this, now please tell me what is the problem, can you please give me the solution. So you're not to that level yet. Everybody, I'm talking about the everyone. So till the time you're not able to answer people's questions, that means you still need more practice. Now what happens, first of all, now as Nirmal said that he was thinking of advanced filter, so that's why I would say that you really need to work hard on that, because in the last exercise at least you guys were able to think on the in terms of at least using the correct formula, but here you're totally lost. You're talking about the advanced filter. Advanced filter can never work here, right? So what we are now going to do, you should have at least given me that, let's try to do it the vlookup. Now the vlookup has a problem. Hmm?
Look up, I think first thing I was supposed to do was to fill out the names,
Mm-hmm.
but the problem was, for example, Nirmal, you've got two values. Like I was not getting. I was getting 22 on both the Nirmals, and
Hmm.
Amen 23 on both the Amens.
So you can think of another function which can make these Ajay, Aman and Nirmal and Neha unique. If I have 4 Ajay, then it should be Ajay 1, Ajay 2, Ajay 3, Ajay 4. If I have Aman 2, then it should be Aman 1, Aman 2. And if I have 2 Neha, then it should be Neha 1, Neha 2. And if I don't have any name repeated, then that should remain as it is. Because it's all about giving the unique shape to your items when you work on the vlookup. So how are you going to do that? So it's very simple. See now. Today I'm going to tell you one of the best example of the cell referencing. You guys have seen so far that every time Ajay say that, freeze the starting point and the end point. But today you will have a different kind of a scenario where you will not freeze the open part but the closing part. So what we are going to do, use this. If I use this COUNTIF, because I need to count every item how many times we have it in the table, only then I can get to know that what is their number. So I select this table as she was also telling. Now the criteria, what is the criteria? The Ajay is the criteria. You don't have to put any if condition, simply use this criteria. Now as a habit, I know you will freeze this table and now you will drag this. What will be the answer? We have done this, in fact, this kind of a stuff. The answer will be 2 because Ajay repeats 2 times, Aman repeats 2 times and Nirmal also repeats 2 times and Neha comes 1 and Vijay is also coming 1. Let me add one more name, let's say Neha, or maybe let me add Ajay. This is the thing. Now you can join them, but that will not make them unique. Why? Because then you again will have the same issue. It's not unique. So how are you going to unique them? How will you ensure that if this Ajay we have already counted, in the next table it should be excluded, the first one. So are you, tell me, yes? Okay. Well, I'm happy that you are at least thinking in this direction. So if you do this kind of a stuff, what will happen? You will have here -1, or maybe you are saying that this -1. That's what you are saying.
Yes.
Okay. So, but the problem is when you drag this, then what will happen? I'm not only focusing only on the Ajay. I have the rest of the items also, right? So basically you should be able to prepare this kind of a stuff. 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 1. And who knows, maybe Ajay can be a part of this as well. If I put the Ajay here, then that means this is going to be 4, 3, 2 and 1. And for Aman 2, 1 and for Nirmal 1. Right? So it's very easy, little technical. No, it's moving. Let me see. Let me stop and reshare the screen. Yeah, now let me know if you're comfortable with this. Now everybody can see the screen. It's moving. Comfortable. Okay. So this now this is what I'm going to do. I will COUNTIF in this table this Ajay A14, which means I can't write Ajay directly because I have to count Aman, Nirmal, Neha as well. Now look at this point. What are you doing? You're counting this Ajay in this table. Now when Ajay is already counted, the next time when this table goes down, I want to exclude this Ajay. So what I will do, instead of me freezing this A14, I will keep it open and I will freeze the bottom point, which is A21. So what will happen, the next time when you copy this formula, your table starts from here. If your table starts from here, that means the upper value will never be calculated. it will not be a part of your calculation. If it is not going to be a part of calculation, then definitely you will have a different answer, right? So again, if I copy this, yeah, now your table starts from here, because A16 is still open. A21 we have frozen it. So this time what we did, we didn't freeze the row. Generally we do this, right? So now you have the series. So when it is it is going to count for the Aman. So in this table, Aman is counted 2 times. But the next time when you copy this and paste it here, obviously the upper portion of this, this cell, this Aman is now not going to be counted. You have this value now, which is going to be calculated in this table. So drag it, and there we got all the unique values. So now look at this. If I change everything to Ajay, what will happen? Yeah. Any doubts? All right. So Neha, is it clear now? So will you be able to answer if somebody comes to you and if they want you to have this kind of a output and they are using this $sign? Can you look at the, all right, awesome. So once you have this name joined here, your job is not yet over. Now what you need to do is you need to create the extra column. So what I will do, I will concatenate them. Once you have got them joined, these are the new name for you, right? So we got these names, and obviously to have this table talking with this table, you also need to have the same kind of a naming convention here. So if I have here Ajay, this Ajay, then they should also have a name. So not a big deal. We'll again write here. You can write it here or whatever, wherever you want. I'm just going to write here. Let's just count them as well. This one. Okay, so freeze the 24. This is what?
Not big. I'm still on one column, like counting
Can you check your internet, Aman? If are you the only one who is using this right now? Sometime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it due to some, because today I'm connected to data card, so is it so to connection, or because I don't think so.
It depends upon the speed. Your data is 3G.
Yeah.
Then we should not have a problem. Which one is it?
Startup.
Okay, I'm also using the data only. No problem, it happens. I mean, you guys are still lucky that we never had this kind of issue. But generally, when people connect with me from Kerala and from this sometime from the Dubai, the call gets dropped and the screen problem is also there. So let's do one thing. I'm reconnecting with all of you, disconnecting the call, and let's see how it goes. चिकी वाईफाई शेयर हो रहा है. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to share the screen. And give me 1 second. I'm also checking if somebody is using Wi-Fi. Okay. So I hope everybody is comfortable with the screen now. Okay. So same stuff. I'm going to put the dollar on the end point, and then I'm going to drag it. So you have all the numbers, and now what you need to do, you need to simply concatenate them. So now it's very easy for you. You use vlookup or index, but the lookup value will be this. Remember, because this is the unique one, right? And your table will start from here because these are the items. The column A is going to talk with the column H. Column I and column B are of no use now. So the column number is 3, going to be 3 obviously, and then 0. So that's the best example of your referencing, that every time it can't be totally freezed. It's not that, you know, blindly you follow what you see. Sometime with a little bit of twisting you can do actually a lot of things. Now Nimble 2 obviously is not available, so that's why is it so? No, it is not. Where is, how come we have this 2? Yeah, but all right, yeah, sorry about that. So I have here another enable which is giving the correct value. So you can put the if error here for all the errors. What would you like to print? It's not available, it's not repeated. So I'm going to drag this, and there we go. Anybody having any doubt in understanding what we did? Okay, very nice. Open your Excel and do this. Write your names there, and science, this is your table. What you need to do is, now listen to my question very carefully. First you enter the table and let me know once you're through with this. All set? I can still hear that typing sound somebody is writing. So Nimble, are you through? Okay. Now what do you want to do? Create this. Now I'm saying that when I give you a task or a user, so what now I'm not going to tell you each and everything very clearly here. Let me see how you can how much creative you can be. We want to do something sort of stuff here, that if somebody let's say wants to find the second highest score, who's that person who's got the second highest score, right? So he writes here 2, or maybe you can also give a drop down, then the name should come here. So who's got the second highest score in science? I think it's Nirmal. So I can see here Nirmal. If I'm going to write here who's got the first highest means highest, right? So we should be able to see Neha. And if I'm going to write here third highest score, then we should be able to see Aman, right? And who's got the lowest one, which means lowest one means 5, because we have 5 students, right? 1 2 3 4 5. So I should see Parikshit name. He's gonna watch this video and he's gonna not like it. I have given him 12 marks, but that's fine. But this is what I actually want you to work on it, that anytime user writes here the level of the highest score, we should have here the name automatically changes. Any doubts you can ask me, otherwise start working on it. Yeah, can we discuss? Still need time. Anything you want to ask? Can we discuss, guys? Are you through or need more time?
Actually, not getting that.
Mm-hmm. Nirmal? Okay. Tell me first of all, um, what is your approach, Nirmal? So far, what have you done? What are your actually thoughts on this? How will you get this?
Yeah, I'm trying to first to use vlookup to see the headings, but I don't know what vlookup means.
Okay, I don't think so. You were able to think on this, Neha. Did you?
Uh, I just thought get the high score to give you the large formula, like what you mean by that. But I'm not able to combine that with the match or match.
But why are you using the match? What is the purpose of the match? Match is used to return the position, right? But to return the position of what? That's your task. First of all, let me quickly go here and create a drop down. It's not required, but I think it would be, it would look good, so that's why I'm keeping the drop down of 1 2 3 4 5, so that user can select whatever the highest score he needed. Okay, the another thing which I can do, why not to here equals to whatever he selects here, this, and I will join this with this highest score. Okay, so we'll make this I4 and TH. This is, I'm just telling you, I mean it's not a part of exercise. Okay, so you select when to, it's going to be instead of second, I mean it comes like to earth. So maybe you can see that highest score um, That's fine. I think you can keep it as it is. I mean, otherwise I have to use a lot of if, that if this is equal to 1, then you should have here, let me write it down, because you know that's a part of our assignment. So we'll do this. If this is equal to 1, then we should have here first, okay, or we should we can say that highest. So I'll write first, okay. Again, if this equals to 2, then in the true, what I'm going to write second, and then in the false, if it is not, then we will check that if this value is equals to 3. If we are 3, then I would like to have you as third. Again, if you have 4, then I would like to have you as the fourth. If you have 5, then I would like to have you as a fifth. That's it. I think we don't need more than this. Okay, so otherwise if you're not any of these, then have a space, right? So here what I will do, with the highest scores, I will concatenate this. I can write it in one single formula also, but I don't want to right now do that for you people. So this is how now the things will change. Okay, simple if, though exercise is not meant for the if, but that's fine. Okay, one thing wrong, fifth, we need to correct it. We need to put it in the quotes. Yeah, all set now, and we can hide this so that nobody should be able to see. Alright, now if you select fifth, then we need the answer for the parikshit. We need the answer here as a parikshit. How will you get that? It's very simple. First you need to find the who's got that marks, fifth highest marks. Okay, you need to find out the marks. Once you find out that marks, you can use the index function. For example, fifth highest marks is parikshit, which is 12, not parikshit, 12. So you select this table using the index and find out the row of the 12. Once you find out the row number of the 12, you can simply tell index that go in the row number of this 12 and the column 1, because column 1 is for the name. How will you find this now? Who's got the first highest, second highest, third or fourth highest? You can use the large function. So what you will do, let's say somewhere here or here, I will use large, and this table, what is my kth element? It has to be what the user will select. You got the value 12, and now index in this table, what is the row number for this 12? You will use match. Look up this match in this table. This is the table for the match, because this is where your scores are, exact match. And now the column number, you don't have to write another match, because you know it's always going to be 1. There we go. You can further combine all the things. I'll tell you in a moment. Let's see first whether we are getting the correct answer or not. So Neha got the highest marks, which is correct. Third highest marks. Any doubts in this? It was easy. Okay, how can you combine this? So what I will do, instead of me using this large function here, I can also do this. See this large in this table, this value. Now 55 is there, we need to find the row of the 55, so I'll use the match. In the match, what is the lookup value? Whatever the large function will give me, you know, according to this level, the score. So this score needs to be looked into this table, exact match, and you get the row number. Now remember, this is the row number, right? So for the second highest student, the row number is 4, because that's where you have your second highest marks, 1 2 3 4, 55, right? So now this is going to act as a row number for the index function. So I will write here index table. Row number is already there. This entire function is working on this, and the column number will be 1. So index match large can do a lot of stuff for you. So now you select anything, you have the same answer. So practice on it and you would get to know. Okay, any doubts? Okay, awesome. Prepare this data and then I'll tell you what you need to do. Turnover, status, you can write whatever you want, I mean good, average, whatever. Just have these two columns same. Let me know once you are through with this. Are you through, guys? I'm waiting for your yes. Are you through with the data entry?
Yes.
Now create a sheet, extra sheet. We should have the summary. Now what you need to do is, you have, I mean, there's no foundation actually, whatever way suits you, you can do that. I want that somebody writes or selects here the company and the year. Okay, so we are going to use the year, we are going to use the company. You can use it in whatever way you want, but I want that if somebody, you need to prepare a summary sheet, a kind of a dashboard. If somebody chooses a company A on, let's say, and let's say the year called 2011, okay, then we should see its turnover and status both. You can design it the way you want, but remember the inputs are going to be year and company, and the output should be turnover and status according to this data, and this has to be in different sheet. So if I select You can create a drop down or write Airtel. This should give me the data for the turnover for the 2001 Airtel. 2001 Airtel. If it is there, if it is not, then that's fine. We should have a space. I mean, anything that the data is not there whatsoever. Let me copy the data just in case if you want to have the idea, but you will not use it. This is, I'm just copying it so that both of the things you can see side by side. You have 15 minutes for this, and yeah, 15 minutes for this, and then we'll see.
बहुत फेमस मिल रहा बताओ। अरे यार वो ना कल उनको फोन आया था, उनका ऐसे कुछ पेमेंट आया हुआ है, अब वो क्लाइंट को 8 लाख रुपए
हम्म
8 लाख
कैसे कौन
फोन एक फोन पे कर लेता हूँ
कैसे तेरे
रियल एस्टेट वाले
मिल गए
वो कह रहे हैं कि 30 मार्च से पहले वो कर देगा नहीं तो 15 अप्रैल को लास्ट डेडलाइन हुई तो कहता है मैं आपको 30 मार्च बोल दूँगा नहीं तो फिर आप मीटिंग से बोले हो उसको बोले कि योजना नहीं कंफर्म लगेगा मेरे को भी मार्च में दिया करना
तो उसको फोन उसने फ़ोन किया तुझे या तूने
मैंने किया उसको मैंने कहा तुम वो कस्टमर से पैसे मांग रहे हो
उठा लिया फ़ोन उसने
2 लाख हाँ उठा लेता है खुद ही बोला फिर मैंने कहा देखो लास्ट टाइम मैंने कहा मुझे तो ना ये रद्द करा दो मेरे को तो देने उसको नहीं मार्च मार्च 15 अप्रैल तक हम लास्ट डेडलाइन वो कह रहा है पर तुमको पहले आ जाएंगे अभी मार्च के लास्ट में मैं खुद बुला के आपको दूँगा मैंने कहा आगे तुम्हारे नाम से दूँगा या फिर कैश दे दो
लाइट चाय उठा Are we going good? Anywhere you stuck, please let me know. Don't waste the time. You know what to do. Yeah, you can take your time, no problem. So what is the issue, Nemal? Are you not able to think which formula to use, or you are not? Create the drop downs. Have you created the drop downs? So first create the drop downs, then and create the drop down which covers your these companies and year. But please, in the drop down, don't have the repetition. If Aeon is there, then it should not come twice or thrice according to the data. Okay, so do one thing, Neha. Send me a copy immediately. Email me. Oh, wait a second. I think it's gonna take time for the download. Nemo, create the drop downs and confirm me. Okay, no problem. Now, Neha, tell me what have you done?
Okay, I have created Dropdowns, data validation.
Okay, so
For year and company.
we're gonna create the years. Okay, so which list you have used?
Column B, I mean year column.
Year, this one.
Column F.
Okay, so we got the year.
Same for the company.
Which column you have used?
Company 1, column N.
But then nobody will like this idea having this repetition. Okay, so do one thing, write somewhere here, and if the list is long, then just copy it, put it here, go to the data, remove duplicates. So you want to remove the duplicates? Yes, the header is company. There we go. And now we will put the data validation. Instead of this N2 to N9, put this. So we got the companies. Okay, you can format it as I said yesterday also. You can, I'll not touch the formatting part. Now what is the next step you did?
I took out the index and match formula.
Okay,
Cell F5
okay,
index.
give me a second. Okay, so you said index, alright.
Select the table. Indirect.
Okay.
Comma.
Mm-hmm.
Match. Because I want to match F to select.
This one. Okay. 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 So I'll press enter now. Okay. Let me freeze the table also. Just one. Give me a second. Yeah. Now. Okay. Let's see. So if I look for Aeon in 2011, the turnover is 2011. We have 2344, and the status is good. Okay. So if I change this to 2013, let's see what will happen. So the turnover is changed to 344, which is correct, and status is also changed. So what we did is, let me explain this. Index, we use the index function. We said that go in this table, find out the row number for this year, right? So we use the match function. So match is going to look up this 2013 in this table, okay, and it is going to give you the row number. So you will have the answer called 3. So in the index now, you have the row number as 3, and the column number, for that she used constant call 3, because no need to use the again one more match. Turnover will always be 3. However, you can further, go ahead and change this. Let's say if you have some more headers, instead of turnover, tomorrow you want to see something else, so you can match this turnover also in this table. Then you will have that the answer as 3. So this is what we have done here. This is very simple. So any point in time, if this 2013 will change to 2017, then this match function will pick up this f2 and it will look up in this table which is called m1 to m9, and we will have the position of the 2017, which means 1 2 3 4 5. So this 5 is going to pass on to the index function, and index will take this as in its row parameter. As you can see, if I click here, this is for the row number. So we are saying that please match the number, the position of this match, this year selected by the user in this table, get the row number, and once you have the row number of this table, now go to that column number. So it's like this, we are creating a combination, this and this. For 2011, I mean to say, for the 2011 the row will be 2 and the column will be 3. So on this principle, same is for the status also. We just change the column number, because row again will be same. We need to check that 2015 comes wherever we have the 2015, that row will be returned, and in the index we will use that row number having the different column this time. So that's very good, Neha. Any doubt, anyone on this particular piece?
In that, right now, what we are showing me 2017 Aeon data 2344.
Mm-hmm.
That data is not available, right? No?
Let's see. Right, the data is not available. Okay, that's a very good catch. So now, so what is the solution for this? Yeah, right. Very nice. It's a good catch, Neha. Yeah, so now what will we do now? Your user is saying that your dashboard has some issues, so how will you rectify it?
I'm not the bad user.
No, that's fine. I mean, you see, the more you get problems from the people, as I said, that the more you will learn.
I think I should have it should be a combination of year and company according to our data tolerance. So right now I'm just seeing the year and getting the tolerance.
Yeah, I agree. But as he said, that we need to take care of these things also. So how are we gonna do that?
Oh, that must be a if function somewhere. 2017 Aeon.
Well, yes, you're right, but if is going to, I think you can think of the if, but right now I think what you can do is look at this now, and then we'll move to the next exercise. If the problem is with the year and the company, because at the same time when you're selecting the year, you need to take care of the company also, if it exists for that year or not. So it's very simple. In your data, why not to combine the company with the year? Then you will have a unique combination. And here also, somewhere here which users should not be able to see, combine them. Now instead of matching 2017, you match this H1 in this table. If it is there, you will get the row number. If it is not there, then you won't get the row number. Simple. Right? So what I will do, instead of this F2, I will simply write H1, sorry. And it should be looked up in the table called H1 to H9. Sorry, L. Right? So we have the NA answer. Understood? So for any error, we know we would like to use the if error, and I'm gonna say for any error in this, just print out this space, or maybe you can say that data not available. There you go. Now let's do one thing. Let's select something else, maybe 2020. For the 2020 also we don't have the data for the Aeon. We have 2011 and 13. So we got the value now. We got this value now. So for 2022, we should see for the Airtel. There we go. For the EXL, it's not there. Same you can do for this. Just copy this. Paste it here. And yeah, this needs to be 4. There we go. So simple. All set? Any doubts? Good catch. Okay. Create this. This is what we need to do now. So what I want to do is, I was just thinking something. Please start typing. Numbers you can write anything, you don't have to look at it. Just ensure that the bold ones should be same. So these are the number of goals, or you can say number of the prizes with the team they have won in the year, different years. Now once you're through with this, then I'll tell you what you need to do. Are you through with the data? I'm waiting for you. These numbers doesn't, I mean, you can write whatever you want. Just these headers we need to write. Okay. So I'm creating this drop down for you guys. I think you already know this, so there is no fun of giving you this kind of a stuff. So write it, you also write it. And if you don't want to write it, that's also fine. It's just that what I want is, you already have this drop down, or if the drop down is not there, then whosoever is going to write this the team name, cricket, football or hockey, here I should be able to see their total prizes won in in all 3 years. So if I'm going to choose here cricket, then that means the total prize for the cricket should be 369, and if I'm going to choose hockey, then this should be this much. So this is what you need to do. And one more thing, I think yeah, that's fine, right? Now I would like to have not just one answer from you. Okay, this can be done in a number of ways. So at least we should try for 2 solutions, different formulas, different concept. So go for it, and this is the last exercise for the day. Next time I'm sure after this exercise, I mean, you will have some confidence, and now you can judge yourself. Where do you stand? I would say, Nirmal, you need really a lot of practice. Neha, much better. Unfortunately, Aman, she's busy in she's actually going to Punjab today, her hometown, so we didn't have her so much, but I think she's still on the call. But the point what I'm trying to say, now the next Saturday we will have a good pace in our training. I don't want to make this 4 hours 4 months of the training, as I said in the beginning also, because we have to cover the VB also. Now from this you will have a very good understanding on the Excel, that what are the column combination, row combinations, how we adjust the formulas. So from here onwards, I will not like to speak much on the parts which I have already covered, like cell referencing, dollar part, and then combining the one formula with the another formula. So I would expect that whatever we have covered, you should be good enough on that. I shouldn't be repeating the things for the subjects we have already covered. So we will like to have a little speed and training. So over to you guys now. Do it and let me know. I'm giving you 10-15 minutes and come out with at least 2 solutions, right? चेकी चेकी इधर आओ। चेकी अभी मैं पता सोच रहा हूं, सुनो चेकी, एक स्टूडेंट आया मेरे पास अभी, उसने टोकन मनी भी ट्रांसफर कर दिया है। वो पिछले 2 हफ्ते से पीछे पड़ा हुआ था, तो मैंने कहा पैसे ट्रांसफर करो तो ट्रेनिंग स्टार्ट कर देंगे, तो उसने कर दिए हैं। तो उसका मैसेज आया अभी। तो चेकी अगर मैंने अभी से नहीं पढ़ाया ना, तो फिर वो 50% एडवांस अभी देगा नहीं, फिर नेक्स्ट टू नेक्स्ट वीक चले जाएगी बात।
तो फिर कब पढ़ाना है?
तो मैं उसको अभी 1 बजे पढ़ा देता हूँ, 1.5 घंटे, ताकि वो देख भी लेगा और उसको पसंद आ गया तो 50% पे भी कर दे। ठीक है, ओके। हाँ मैं खाऊंगा अभी, रुक जाओ इकट्ठे। बस ये स्टूडेंट कम बहुत ऐसे रेयर मिलते हैं, तो इनको ज्यादा पोस्टपोन नहीं। नहीं, he needs it ना, so I have to. I have promised him. He's a very sincere student. I can't afford to miss. No, this is not the way. How come? Come on. It's a question of their career. Yes, तो हो जाएगा अभी wrap up.
आज हमने
If I'll tell him that let's have it on the next Saturday, though he will not like the idea, na?
गटर गटर
पढ़ाने तो ना यार. Any luck, guys? Are you able to do it? Yeah, Nirmal, any luck? Neha?
Yeah, actually, Ajay, what I did was first to sum the 2011, 12, 14 football tags. I just added a next column. Yeah, I added 14
Mm-hmm.
for it. Yes. After that, what I did was I was trying to concatenate football and 2019 for all the ones.
Okay.
Now the next thing is I want to add to select all I have to show. In the team, if you select all, I want the answer of 39 plus 135. 135. I wanted to add this I want to add 39 plus 135. I mean, the logic I was thinking in my brain was 135 plus 39 I want to add and keep,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to pull out that answer
No, this is not required. You don't need the uniqueness in the data. That's fine if you have some of them. Okay, Neha.
Actually, I combine the sumif function with the index. I'm not getting it.
Okay, sumif. I never thought of it. Let's see. Okay, the first thing, as he said, let's have this sum. Like this, and then further get them added like this, like this. So here you have the sum. Now what I will do here is if this is equals to cricket, if this is equals to cricket, then I should see 369. Please mute yourself. If this is equals to football, then I should see this value. If this is equals to hockey, you can look at the formula bar, this one, then we should get 309. Press enter. There we go. That's the first method of doing it, the basic one. I'm gonna check this football, I'm gonna change this to hockey, and I'm gonna change this to cricket. This answer would come. Let's find out the another one. So using if and sum, the very basic one. Another thing which you can do, let me delete this one, let me delete this as well here. Now see, what I'm going to do is this I will select and I will give this name football. Name manager I'm giving, enter. This I will give cricket, enter, and this I will give hockey, enter. Let us check if we got them or not correct. We got football, we got hockey, we got cricket. So that means cricket represent the table called E6 to G7. So what we will do, we will say we will write here, let's say football. Let's do the testing. Now this football, obviously we need to sum that, so I'll say sum this football. We got the answer, right? Because football refers to this table. You know, formula in the tab, if I go, I will get this one. So we are summing E4 to G5. You can see here, and same for the hockey. If I sum the hockey, then this table will be summed up. So this is the another way. Now how to get this implemented? So we'll write here this cricket and this cricket both have the same spellings, right? And it should have the same spellings, otherwise our concept will not work. So I'm saying sum this M4. Let's see if we are able to get this or not. So now see what is the difference. If I write here directly cricket, you see the cricket will come, right? So cricket is a table, and when I press enter, I have the answer. But the moment you write here sum equals to M4, M4 is nothing. M4, though we have the cricket there, but for this sum function, M4 actually is a text, right? So what you can do, there are two things now. Pay attention what I'm doing. You can use the indirect function. What you can do, if I write here indirect and I select the cell called M4, now what will happen? Indirect will go in the M4 and it will check whether the value is there is a cell address or a text constant. Cricket is not a constant. for somebody who's looking at this file, for him or her, this may look like a constant, but you know cricket is not a text or constant. It's a complete cell reference. It's an address which starts with E2, E6 to this E7 whatsoever. So when I press enter, I will get the error. Okay, because what actually you are trying to do is, let me show you this. This is a new thing for you. If you refer this cell and press enter, 12 would come. But if you refer this in this way, even if I press enter, you will get the error. And if I ask you why, then your answer should be we can't actually link more than one cell with the another cell. So one cell can be linked with the one cell only. But I will tell you, using the arrays technique, which is Control Shift Enter, if I press Control Shift Enter, now you see I don't have the error, I have the 12 here. What about the rest of the numbers? First of all, pay attention here, I got the curly brackets. Curly bracket means that this formula is entered as array. Array we use when we want to have number of items, number of more than one cell. I mean, we want to display it in one cell. Now you look at this 12. I can see only one value, but if I go to the equals to and I press F9, the table will expand. This is a new thing for you, and we will do it in the coming time. So new table is created, and there you have all the numbers: 12, 44, 55, 66, 77, 24. Right? Okay. Now, whenever you refer more than one cell, you can't simply press enter, because you will get the error, because one cell can be linked only with one cell. So to do that, to have a use of different cells, more than one cell in a single cell, we use the technology. We use, instead of pressing the enter, we press Control Shift Enter. Then what happens after you press Control Shift Enter, Excel inserts these curly brackets for you. That means this formula is entered by the user as an array. Arrays we use when we want to combine different cells, when we want to have their output in one single cell. There we use them. But how to see whether your array is is working properly or not? Like, because in this case, though I'm not getting the error, but at the same time I'm not getting the 44, 55, 66. I can see them. They are not visible, right? So in order to see them, we have a technique. When you press Control Shift Enter, then you need to go to your equals to sign and you need to press F9. F9 is the shortcut key which expands your formula. So I'll go to the equals to sign, this one, and I'll press F9. The moment you press F9, you have your table 12, 44, 55, 66. This is to check. We check actually whether the table is inserted properly or not, right? So this, writing the table like this or selecting the table is one and the same thing. I mean, this is now going to act as your table. Now I need to come back to my original formula, so don't press enter. If you're going to press enter, then what will happen? You will not be able to see that formula which you applied. So I will undo it. This is the formula which we applied. Now if I give you task which is the maximum number in this table, what you will do? You will write here max and this one, and you will press enter, right? So obviously you will have one answer, so that's why you are able to work on this simply pressing enter. But at the same time, here also you can do the same calculation, because E4 to E9 is what? If you look at this, this is your E4 to E. Let me remove this. This is your table. Okay, so this is what we are doing. We're selecting this table, and I'm going to say max. Control Shift Enter. You will get the same answer. So now your max will not go in this table. It has already formed this table in the memory, and it is going to work on it. Now what is the benefit of it? Don't pay much burden on your mind, because I'm just telling you this, how to combine this with the indirect, but we will do it separately also. Now what happens when you use the indirect function? so far what we did is we always try to find out the value of the other cell by using some mediator. But in this case now, it's a common sense that if we have created three ranges, different football, like the football does not include one value, it includes 1 2 3 4 5 6, almost 6 cells. Okay, so if I write here indirect, go in the football, okay, now when I will press enter, I will not get the value. Why? Because football represents so many things, these numbers. But the moment I press Control Shift Enter, putting this in the quotes because it's a name range, I will have this value. So in other words, what I'm doing is, let me write here football. Let's make it simple. Indirect. Go in this cell, and in this cell it sees that football is there. Now football is a name manager, so it should not give you the error. But the point is, football manager, the name range actually has so many cells, so they can't be displayed in one cell, right? But we can get that displayed using the array technology. So instead of pressing the enter, indirect can also be used as an array. So I'm going to press Control Shift Enter, and you can see in the formula bar the curly brackets are created. Now if you click here F9, you will have all your table 12, 13, 14, 44, 45, 46. So what you need to do now, you need to simply sum them. So I'll press Control Shift Enter, and there you go. So if this is going to change to hockey, indirect will go again in the cell called I10. In the I10, it finds that hockey is a name, is a range, which represents this range. Because the formula is entered as an array, the table will be formed in the memory, which is 77, 78, 79, 24, 25, 26. Once that table is formed, what will happen? This sum function will come into action. It will sum the table, that's what we are doing. So the same thing we will do here. Now you know that what the user is going to write here. So whatever he chooses here, definitely that will be a range. We know that. It will be a cell range. It will be a complete table. So we will say indirect and select this M4. Now in the M4, if it is hockey, press Control Shift Enter. You will have the answer for the hockey. Now you can look at this. The hockey, the first alphabet, the value is 77, so that's why it is displayed. But I can press the F9 to see if it's picking the rest of the values or not. Then I can see all the values here, 77, 78, 79. But now we need to sum them. But we can't sum like this directly. Okay, we need to come back to your formula, and then you need to sum this. Control Shift Enter. Because when you want to get the different cells input, I mean when you want to sum them up, or when you want to use multiple cells in one cell, you use Control Shift Enter. So now when he's going to change this cricket, football, this will have a different answer. So indirect can also be used as an array where you require a lot of cells in the formula. What is the another method? The another method is, you can simply write here if you are going to be football, then what should happen? Then we should see the football range, right? Again, if you're going to be cricket, then we should see the cricket. Now pay attention, what I'm doing is, I'm not putting them in the quotes because they are the name managers, they are the ranges, they are the tables. This I need to put it in the quotes because this is a string. This I'm comparing that if M4 is going to be equals to cricket, then that means we should capture the cricket range. If you are going to be hockey, then I will capture the hockey. Okay, now let me press enter, and there you go. Now why I'm getting the error? Because you know what you're doing, you're saying that alright, so this is a football, so if function will return you this football, but what is the benefit? Obviously you can't actually display all the numbers in a single cell, right? So either you use Control Shift Enter. So let me press Control Shift Enter. When you press the Control Shift Enter, now since this is a football, so what will happen, you will have your football the first answer, the first value of your football. But what about the rest values? So we need actually this sum, right? So what we will do, whatever the range we have in the football, we will sum them like this. Sum football means summing up the range which starts with this value and ends here. Simple. It's a new way of writing the things in Excel for you guys. Control Shift Enter, there you go. So you can get this with the if also. For the indirect, this is going to be very simple. You can understand it like this. If it is a hockey, then what you are doing, you are summing up this table. That's it. This is what is happening. Now see this, I didn't even write, I'm not writing even hockey, though I can write it because hockey is a table. Even if I choose this, you can see the moment I complete this, like here it says E2, E8 to F9, but the moment I complete the table, automatically the table gets converted into hockey, right? So that's why you are able to see this. So we can also press Enter. We don't, I think, need the Control Shift Enter because we are using this as a sum. This is what we are doing. Can you please sum this? So you don't require the Control Shift Enter. The moment you select this, this football automatically comes. And this is what we did here. If M4 will have a football, then we would like to sum the football range, right? And because I've created here, the range is called football, this one. If you're going to create here, let's say something Ajay is equals to this range, then you would write here that if this M4 equals to cricket, then sum Ajay, right? It has nothing to do with this cricket. This cricket is different, this cricket is different. This cricket is for the comparison what the user is going to select, and this is going to work for the range which you have created. Is making sense or not? The another method is, I think you can also use the sumif. So I will use the sumif. Range, what is your range? That's my range. In my range, what is the criteria? Whatever the user will select. So now hockey will have all over the these cells true, false, true, false, true, false, and against that I will use the sum range. Now the sum range is going to be little technical here because we need the sum for the three values, for the three columns. So if I'm going to combine them, let's see if we get the answer or not. We're getting the answer, so let's see for the hockey is correct. Yes. It's not correct. It's only giving you the sum for the 2011, as you can see here, 101, right? Because in the sum range, that was the doubt in my mind as well. You can't actually select the three different ranges. So you either select this one, E3 to E9, okay? So this will give you 101. Again, you use the sumif range. In the same range, criteria is going to be hockey, and for the hockeys I need the sum for this value plus one more sum, this, and then the criteria hockey M4 I mean to say, and then this. There you go. Now 309, which is correct. So all three options are available to you. This one, this one. I think you can even use the sumifs because you have a different values here, criteria range 1, criteria range 2. No, I don't think so you will be able to use, because sum range you can't use on the multiple values, so you have to use 3 sumifs only. Yes, but there is a one way, which is when you press here alt equals to, sorry, when you sum them, you have this sum. As I was telling you in the earliest this session, this plus this, first you collate their values here and here, and now I think you can use the one single sumif. Sumif, what is range? In this range, maybe in this range, criteria will be this cell, and the sum range is going to be this one, right? So you don't have to use the 3 sumifs. So 3 sumifs we are using because we can't sum the more than one column in one step, so we created 3. So what is happening in the sumif? If user is going to choose cricket, then what will happen? This is going to be false, this is going to be false, this is going to be true, this is going to be true, this is going to be false, this is going to be false. So, and in front of it we have all these combinations created. So what will happen? This 12 will multiply with this 0, you will have a 0. This 44 will multiply with the 0, you will have 0. So the array which you will have, this that would look like this, which you can't see directly, but Excel works, I mean, on this principle. 66 and 77 and then 24. And because you're using the sumif function, it's going to sum up those values. Similarly for this function also, this is going to be multiplied with this, so you will have your 56, 67, and in this you will have 57, 80, and they are getting added. So different ways of doing the different things, different approach for the same solution, different methods. Any doubts? Okay, I think this is good for the day. Let's meet on the next Saturday, and you can revise all this stuff, all these exercises, and now you can start looking, Neha, the vlookup assignments which I forwarded you to everybody. You can start working on them. It's a good time now. You should be able to do them. So I'll see you guys. Today is Sunday, so no, I'm saying today is Sunday, so we have this now. Yeah, we are meeting on the next Saturday, right? Okay. Right then, guys. See you. I'll send you the stuff. Yeah. Take care. Yeah. Bye bye.